Russell with the Piano Outlet, here today in not-so-sunny Key West. We're in Key West, Florida at the St Pauls Church. We were called to come and evaluate their piano. We have what in the first of series piano rescue video. They have a Yamaha C7 concert grand piano inside, and the piano has to have a bunch of work done to it, rusty strings. They keep the doors open all the time, so inside the piano the strings are getting rusty, and the piano pretty much has been sitting there for the last 20 years and needs us to come and rescue it. So you'll be seeing much more about this piano in the following videos. Thank you. Yes, this is the Yamaha C7, and we're going to be uncovering it very shortly, and we're going to be looking at the inside, seeing exactly what it is that we're going to be doing to this piano when it gets to our facility in Coral Springs. Hello, it's Russell again here at St. Paul's Church in Key West. And I'm with George Korn, who is the president of the Classical Ensemble Concerts, right, George? Impromptu Concerts, yeah. That's right. And George contacted me in reference to the piano they have sitting over here that we're going to uncover very shortly. And George, basically you called me because you were concerned about the condition of the piano?
Well, the piano's 20 years old.
Right.
And I think like anything that's 20 years old, it needs to be checked on. I mean,
right.
If you have a car, you have to do maintenance.
Right,
yes. If you're a human being, we have to go to the doctors and have maintenance.
Right.
And I think the piano should be looked at and see whether, have a checkup.
Have a checkup, yeah. Well, I have to be honest with you, I've already seen the piano, so I know it needs a little bit more than a checkup, but we want to actually make this video as a series, because this is what we're going to call our piano rescue. And so we're going to have a bunch of videos put together of all the different steps that the piano's going to go through until it's returned back here when it's all finished. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to uncover it. So we're in front of the Yamaha C7. I opened up the lid. There's not great lighting in here, but the main thing that we want to look at is condition of the strings. And if the camera could come in here really close, you could see that the piano's been, it's been left kind of a little more to the elements that it should, because we have strings are oxidized or rusted. There's also a lot of dirt inside the piano from sitting here 20 years. These strings over here are copper, so they really should look copper, not brown, They should have that nice, beautiful copper color to them, which they will have soon when we put the new ones in. These are the tuning pins here. Also, you could see rust on the strings here, and what will happen is that as years go on, they'll get more and more rusty, and when you want to go to tune the piano, the strings can break. So that's the one thing that we want to replace. Now, as far as the piano's tone is concerned, you were thinking, and we discussed a little bit about the color of the sound of the piano. Color meaning the piano has a warm sound or a bright sound. Now, naturally, in an environment like this, where the room is very live, as in a church, the piano is going to be naturally bright sounding because you have a lot of reverberation. So if you listen to it, full tone, except it is a little bit on the bright side, and we were talking about having the tone basically toned down. You would prefer it a little warmer, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So this way, when the piano is played in here, it's going to have a much warmer tone when we bring the piano back. But otherwise, the piano's a beautiful sound. camera can come over here and we can look at is the keys. The Yamaha piano have keys that are called Ivorite. And if you see, if I hold my phone with this lighting over here, you see there's discoloration. And you'll see that there's yellow and white and this and that. And that's the other thing that we're going to do, because it kind of feels uncomfortable when you play, right? That the keys have this kind of
It feels
porous...
like they're dirty.
Yeah, it feels like they're dirty because it's porous. So what we're going to do is we're going to polish these down so that they're all one color, the uniform. These are not plastic, these are Ivorite, which is a composite invented by Yamaha to mimic the properties of ivory, which you can kind of see it does because they kind of have turned yellow. But we're going to wet sand these down and polish them so that they're all going to be uniform in color and they're going to be shiny. So. And shiny is good because then it's not going to absorb oils from the fingers as readily as the porous original finishes. So that's pretty much it. And so we're going to have this piano picked up in the very near future, and we're going to have one brought back. So you guys aren't without a piano. And so, so this way you'll have something to use while the piano's gone. Anyway, listen, so I appreciate you coming and meeting me here today, and thank you so much for...
I appreciate you coming to see our instrument.
Well, it was kind of like serendipitous because I had planned a trip to come to Key West. I come down here every once in a while because I don't live that far, and you had called me and you said, well, I'm all the way down in Key West. And I said, well, guess what? I'm going to be there in a few weeks anyway. So
now you can write the trip off.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for watching.